Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
And we go from the pitch to first pitch, where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the Yankees against the Red Sox. First of three from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. Yankees won yesterday afternoon 2-1 over the Guardians, but later in the evening, the Yankees got some bad news about their best player, Aaron Judge. Stress fracture of the first rib on the right side, placed on the 10-day IL today. Going to be longer than that. He'll be re-imaged in 4 to 6 weeks, and he's expected to return at some point this season. There's no amount of optimism that could turn this into good news, but the Yankees have to deal with it.
You do have to deal with it, and you have to look at your strong points, your pitching, your defense, the other guys out there. It's horrible news. I mean, Aaron Judge, believe me, I'm disappointed not to watch him walk out on the field tonight. He does so much for this offense, but you move on. It's not the worst news because he is expected to be back. You just hope that you're in the playoffs when he's back.
It's going to take a village, Paul, to actually make up for Aaron Judge, and one of the guys that called up today is Spencer Jones. He's in right field. Now, when we saw him earlier at the major league level, didn't play that well. In the minors, though, he does his job.
Well, I think that first little stint in the major leagues should really help him. You know, you kind of process it now. I mean, you know he's got power. He's got his first hit out of the way. He's got his first games out of the way. Some things that, you know, just kind of eat at you. He's not going to hurt you defensively. I mean, he's a great outfielder. So you just hope that he's comfortable enough to put a couple in the seat for you and add to this offense.
All right, AAA 269, 13 home runs, 48 ribbies, good OPS. But in that short stint with the Yankees, 167, a lot of strikeouts, an OPS of 426. He did drive in 2 runs. Red Sox are in town, but that's the sidebar. The main story is Aaron Judge, the captain of the team, being injured and being out. Well, Brian Cashman, the Yankee general manager, talked about it. Meredith Marakovitz has more next.
Welcome back to Yankees Baseball on Yes. I'm Meredith Marakovitz. It's been a waiting game when it comes to Aaron Judge, but news broke late last night that he has a stress fracture in his rib and he will be down at least 4 to 6 weeks. Earlier, Brian Cashman spoke about the timeline.
I got a call, and I was caught off guard by the call on the off day from Mike Schuck after he had a conversation that day with Judgey saying, hey, you know what, I think we're going to do some imaging. He's complaining about his shoulder, and we should get this thing checked out now. And prior to that, really, it was not on anybody's radar. Based on the doctor's involvement, based on and I'm talking about the collective doctors, the trainer's involvement, the player's involvement, you know, all this information you put together, all the puzzle pieces add up to it, was probably something that over the course of time led to, a stress fracture, a culmination of things rather than one episode of something.
So with Judge out for the foreseeable future, they called up Spencer Jones. He'll get the start in right field tonight. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Ryan Weathers gets the ball. First pitch, next on Yes.
Yankees baseball on Gas is brought to you in part by Mohegan Sun. Beyond your wildest. By Tunnels to Towers. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. And by Nissan. Hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. It's another beautiful day here in the New York area. Friday night at Yankee Stadium. Big crowd for the Yankees against the Red Sox. A rivalry for the ages. Yankees have taken the field. This is the Red Sox starting lineup that's going to face Ryan Weathers. Jaron Duran leads off. Sedan Rafaela in center field. Wilyer Abreu is in right. Cleaning up first baseman Wilson Contreras. Caleb Durbin out of the Yankee farm system. He'll be at third base or back fifth. Batting sixth, playing shortstop, Isaiah Canapalepa. Andrew Monasterio at second. Mickey Gasper, the DH, is going to bat eighth. And batting ninth and catching, it's Connor Wong. And that lineup's going against that guy. This is his 12th start. The record not indicative of how well he's pitched, 3.52, but 75 strikeouts in 64 innings. Paul, let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, coming off a long night, he had a career-high 107 pitches Saturday against the A's. Let's see how he bounces back from that and racking them up. 10 or more strikeouts on Saturday, and he's third in strikeout percentage now at 29%. And, Michael, you kind of mentioned it. He's better than he looks. I mean, he's pitched well. 2-3 record doesn't really indicate that. Third lowest in the major leagues in run support. He has had 6 games this year with 0 or 1 run scored for him. So makes it tough to win that way.
Well, Duran, who moved into the leadoff spot on May 1st and has done some damage there, he strides to the plate. Has a little talk with Austin Wells, and we're moving closer to first pitch. Weathers takes a deep breath, so does Duran. Our drone's in operation tonight. Duran's ready. Weathers is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. Club to left field and deep. Going back is Bellinger, and he makes the play on the track. Take a look at the defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. You don't replace Aaron Judge, but the guy who's starting in right today is Spencer Jones. We just saw Cody Bellinger, and he is our Car Shield defensive player profile. Why? He has 14 defensive runs saved this season, and that's ahead of Willie Abreu with 13. That's in the majors, the top 2 in the majors in this game. There's a strike.
Read, or do you just set you up by making a nice play right off the bat? Cody Bellinger.
Oh, we planned it.
Was that?
Yeah, you told me that would happen. Yeah?
You're off to a good start, I got to tell you.
The 0-1. Ground ball. Volpe. 2 down. All right, the home plate umpire is Sean Barber. We'll take a look at the umpire scatter report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's just barely hitter-friendly. He's had 53 calls challenged, but 30 overturned. That's higher than average. Fewer outside strikes, fewer high strikes on right-handed batters, and Sean in his 13th big league season. DJ Rayburn is the crew chief. He's at first. John Lipka at second. And Steven Jasinski is over third. Red Sox struggling this year. They're 26-35. Now, I know you have a scouting report a little later on, but it's so odd seeing the Red Sox team. They don't hit home runs. They're not built like a Red Sox team.
It's like a total, flip-flop of what they used to be. They got a good bullpen now. They don't score runs. They don't hit home runs. The old days, they would just try to outslug everybody. That's not the case this year.
0-2 on a break. .98 runs per game, 25th in baseball, and they're second worst in terms of home runs with 46. Only Milwaukee has fewer. Fly ball. Grisham hardly has to move. Now a couple of steps. Nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for that guy. Ryan Weathers and the Yankees are coming to bat. Well, 6 pitches gets it done for Ryan Weathers as the Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Some late arrivals coming via the subway. This is the Yankees starting lineup that's going to face Sonny Gray. Boy, Trent Grisham's been hot last 14 games. The numbers pop off the screen. Then Ben Rice at DH, Paul Goldschmidt at first. Cleaning up the left fielder, Cody Bellinger, Josh Chisholm Jr. at second, Spencer Jones in right field will bat 6th. Batting 7th, the shortstop Anthony Volpe, Ryan McMahon at 3rd, bats 8th, and batting 9th and catching, it's Austin Wells. On the mound, Sonny Gray. He's had a good career, except for when he pitched for the Yankees. He just did not have a good fit here in the Bronx. This is his 11th start, 6-1, 3.06. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, he's been on a roll, 4-0 with a 2 ERA in his last 5 starts, and he's been stepping it up. I mean, with Crochet out and Bayo really struggling, he has really stepped up to really help the starting pitching. And he's got a new number 1. He still does throw his 4-seamer and curveball, but he now uses his cutter 23% of the time, which is a huge increase this year.
Yankees 37-25. And the first pitch is popped up. Will it stay in play? Wong gives it a look. It doesn't stay in play. Red Sox defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Two of the best defenders in baseball, and Rafaela and Abreu. Then you have Duran in left. Infield, Durbin, Canafalefa, Monasterio, and Contreras. Connor Wong behind the plate. Mickey Gasper is the DH. Now, Gray picked up his game when he started getting paired with Connor Wong. Now, if you look at the games that others have caught, he doesn't have a lot of strikeouts. With Connor Wong, the strikeouts have shot up, and that's why they pair him up all the time with him now. He did not have that success with Narvaez. Last 5 starts, 4-0, 2.00 ERA. Second base, Monasterio. 1 down.
Well, that's kind of par for the course. I mean, it's starting to catch up again, but another hard hit ball. It's just one of those years. Grisham hits the ball hard, and a lot of times it just goes at somebody.
It was Chad Tracy, the interim manager, after they let go of Alex Cora, highly respected manager, most of his staff as well. So Chad Tracy was managing at AAA, and he's the interim manager. Ben Rice was 0 for 3 in the Yankees 2-1 victory yesterday. That snapped his 7-game hitting streak. High fly ball, right field and deep. Abreu back on the track, at the wall. See ya! A home run for Rice. Yankees 1-0.
Well, Ben Rice gets him on the board early. A hanging curveball. Just fit his eye just perfectly. Yankees 1-0, 18th of the year. Ben Rice is going to have to realize that you're not going to see a lot of stuff like that as we go forward here. When Aaron Judge is not hitting behind him.
18th home run. 3 behind the leader. You know, some of the narratives you're hearing because Judge is on the IL. Well, you know, Rice has to really step up. And, you know, my reply, step up to what? He's a top 5 MVP player now. He has to do the same thing he's been doing.
Yeah, he needs to continue to swing the bat like he did with you know, his presence in the lineup. But he's also going to have to realize that there's going to be a target on his back as far as not letting him beat you. And you see that thumb up and that curveball just kind of sits over the middle of the plate. And Ben Rice this year is not missing them.
Right field. Abreu called off by Rafaela, who makes the play.
You know, a lot of times you kind of know the speed. Yeah, on a breaking ball, first at bat, first pitch. You know, a little hanging curveball just goes to show you how comfortable he is at the plate. Recognize it. Don't try to do too much and just stay through it. Another home run.
So here's Bellinger. Ground ball, second base, Monasterio. And that'll do it. But the Yankees take the lead. Red hot Ben Rice. Bashing Benny. Benny baseball puts one in the seats. His 18th of the year gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Get ready to start the second Mohegan Sun team scouting report. Paul's going to tell us all about the Red Sox.
Well, I'll give it a shot here, Michael. The power shortage we talked about, they were second fewest in home runs in the major leagues with 46. Only the Brewers have 44. And a bright spot, the new manager is struggling offensively, subpar record, but the bullpen has been really good. 3.03 ERA, which is second best in all the major leagues behind the Mariners. And down, but not out. I mean, as bad as they are, they turn this thing around. They're only 3.5 games out of a playoff spot, so it's a long season. Don't count them out yet.
Contreras with a fly ball with Grisham. The American League, I mean, let's be frank, Paul, it's a weak year for the American League. There aren't that many teams over 500, so as poorly as the Red Sox have played, to still be 3.5 games out of that third wild card tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, they get things going, they turn it around, you get a long winning streak, all of a sudden you realize, hey, you know, we got a chance at this thing. And it's all about getting to the playoffs. It's not how you get there. It's not, you know, winning in April or May. It's getting there and giving yourself a chance.
Caleb Durbin rips one in the right field, just to the glove side of Jazz Chisholm. So Durbin, who's been hot of late, picks up second.
Well, you just love to see, you know, any kind of player. You see the ball away, you hit the ball away, big leg kick, great balance. As that leg's going up and you're kind of hanging it out there, you're reading the baseball, and just stays through that one nice. One advantage the Yankees have is Weathers is so good at holding runners. Not one stolen base against him this year. Durbin does run. He got 5 on the year, but tough guy to get a jump on.
1-0 on Connor Falefa. He's picked it up of late. First 21 games for the Red Sox, IKF was hitting 195. Last 15, 364. Playing shortstop with Trevor Story out. Soft ground ball is short. Volpe goes across the diamond to get Connor Falefa, and Durbin moves to second.
A jam shot, not hard enough to hit, but you know, Volpe did not charge it to get the second base out, so he did make the play across the field. Connor Falefa runs fairly well, so he got to get rid of it quick.
And also, he slipped in his first initial approach to it, and that cost him some time as well. Here's Andrew Monasterio.
I see that a lot in the first couple innings. And, you know, the field has just been kind of watered down. It looks great, but it's, you know, it's just a little muddy on top.
And a strike to Monasterio. Woo! 0-2. So since replacing Alex Cora, the Red Sox under Tracy 16-18, but they've lost 8 of their last 12. That one gets past Wells as Durbin goes to third.
A couple things that you know, you didn't expect. You know, Crochet last year, you see this changeup just kind of spinning away. Wells not a good opportunity to really even keep it in front of him. But Garrett Crochet, I mean, he was as good as it gets last year. He's struggling. Bayo, they sent him to AAA. He was struggling so much. So, you know, a couple of their starting pitchers have not been there available for him this year.
Ground ball. McMahon gobbles it up, fires across the diamond, and Weathers pitches around the single by Durbin. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Yes. Spencer Jones is due up second here in the second inning. He was added to the roster when Aaron Judge was placed on the injured list. When I spoke to Spencer in the clubhouse earlier today, I asked him what he learned from his 10 games in the big leagues earlier this season, and he pointed to the intensity and the focus it takes to play up here at this level on a daily basis. He said it's something that you hear about all the time, but until you experience it, well, experience truly is the best teacher. Now, Aaron Boone said he's had a strong season in AAA. He earned this opportunity. And Jones crushed 13 home runs in 43 games for the Rail Riders this season. He drove in 48 in the process. And guys, Oswaldo Cabrera, who may be one of the most positive guys on this earth, gave him a great quote as he was on his way here to the Bronx, saying, "New York doesn't need any heroes. They just need you to be you."
That's great advice.
Wow.
Yeah.
To see that on the wall tomorrow, right next to thank the good Lord for making me a Yankee. Right?
Yep. Scooped and caught by Monasterio. Tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of New York Yankees. When asked why he was playing through an injury that he might have suffered at the end of April, he said Big G's hurt, Max Fried's hurt. We had a lot of guys banged up. You've got to be out there. That's what they're paying me to do, to go out there and play. Now that's a tightrope that you're walking there, because if you're not healthy, you might not be playing up to your capabilities. So how do you judge that, Paul?
It's funny, in your mind you think everything's fine. I can get through this, and progressively it'll get better, and it doesn't. It starts going worse, and then you kind of get in bad habits because certain things hurt doing it naturally, which you're accustomed to. So yeah, it can affect your performance, and then all of a sudden you figure, you know what, it's getting worse, and I got to get shelved here for a minute.
What was Judge's demeanor when he said that, Mayor?
Well, Michael, he was clearly frustrated and disappointed. He said, look, this is not what I wanted to hear. This is not what the fans wanted to hear, but he was glad that he did get some answers. He said best case scenario, he thought it would just be a bone bruise. He'd be back in a couple days. Worst case scenario, in his mind, it was indeed going to be a fracture, which it wound up being a stress fracture. He said the symptoms felt similar to what he experienced in 2019 and 2020, and that's what made him believe that maybe it was something with that first rib, and ultimately it was. But obviously this Yankees team has a tremendous amount of talent. Now it's going to be up to the rest of these guys to step up. Aaron Judge will be shut down for 4 to 6 weeks and then have that area re-imaged again in hopes of coming back and rejoining the team. But Michael, he's pretty much shut down from all baseball activities, so once he does get the green light, there is going to be a significant build-up period for Judge.
Well, Brian Cashman said anything from the waist up he can't do. And he can't run because that jostles the rib. So the best he could do is pretty much an exercise bike.
Mm-hmm. And Paul, I'm sure you could probably talk to this. He said at first, everybody plays through stuff throughout the course of the season. He did not think it was anything major. And Brian Cashman reiterated that, saying, hey, if we got imaging on this early, when he first maybe felt a little something towards the end of April, it likely would not have shown anything anyway. It took multiple rounds of imaging this time to find that stress fracture.
Rip foul.
You do go through so many aches and pains, and you just expect things to go away in a couple of days. And the majority of stuff does. You just play through it for a couple of days. If you think you're 100%, other than like opening day, Michael, it doesn't happen very often. You get beat up out there. It's just a game that kind of wears you out mentally and physically day after day.
1-2 on Spencer Jones. Fastball upstairs, 2-2.
That's the pitch he's really going to have to lay off. You saw it early in the count, was up under his hands, and he fouled it off. But last time we did a game together, Mike, when he was there, they were really, especially with 2 strikes, trying to throw that ball just under his hands, high in the strike zone.
Up the middle and through for a base hit for Jones. One stolen base his first time up with the Yankees. That short stint.
And this ball kind of goes back over the middle of the plate. And, he's brought his hands in. A big guy. He's going to have trouble extending on everything. But if you can make that adjustment, bring your hands in, he's so strong that he's going to get a lot of hits that way.
There's Anthony Volpe. 0 for 7 against the Guardians. 2 for his last 18 over 5 games. There's a base hit. Went the other way. Jones will stop at second. So Volpe picks up a single. Back-to-back singles.
Perfect situational hitting. The right side of the infield is open. That's that little cutter. It's just out in the outside corner. And if you roll this over, it's a double play. But if you stay with it, with that bad hit, it does not come around the ball. Goes right through it the other way. Great job by Volpe.
So here's Ryan McMahon. He got the game-winning hit yesterday, driving the second run. That was the difference in the game. The Yankees won 2-1. He drove in Jazz Chisholm Jr. from third.
You talk about Spencer Jones and how athletic he is, and 6'7". You know his power, but his speed. Go back to 2023, 43 stolen bases in the minor leagues, and 25, 29. He had 9 this year, so he can run the bases also.
Left field. Duran puts it away. We're out number 2. So here's Austin Wells, 0 for 7 against Cleveland.
It'd be a great time if Austin Wells, Escara, they could start to come together offensively where, you can fill in a lot if you get this catching position adding to the offense.
Looped into left center field, coming on Duran, and he makes the play for the final out. Yankees get 2 hits, they strand 2. Go to the 3rd. The Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. So here's Mickey Gasper. Now Gasper it's going to be challenged. Gasper challenges the strike call.
The strike ball.
ABS by T-Mobile. Let's take a look.
Yeah, the ball looked low. We'll see.
And
Boston will have 2 remaining challenges.
Wow. It's a big one there. 3 inches.
That's a big miss. Gasper, a much better hitter from the left side. Usually doesn't hit lefties very well. So some people around the Red Sox confused that he's in the game. We'll see how he does. He's a catcher. And in his short stretch up here, 328. "30 years old. 3rd big league season. Came up from AAA on May 7th.
He spent a little time advertising for W.B. Mason. That's why he was so late to the party. Huh?
I could see that. Actually, was in the Yankee system for 5 years. A draft pick by the Yankees in 2018. Did he go? Yeah, he did. So Gasper down on strikes against Weathers.
Well, really just tied him up, and he wasn't able to hold up. Another strikeout for Weathers.
So here's Connor Long. This Red Sox team getting a lot of heat back in Boston. Red Sox fans are very loyal, but they don't like the way this team has been put together. They don't like the fact that the Red Sox are not spending at the same level as the other big markets. As Wong picks up a hit. I mean, there have been chants during the season when John Henry, the owner, is at the ballpark to sell the team. So it's a very restless fan base, a very loyal fan base, but restless nonetheless. So they were 10-17 under Cora, 16-18 under Tracy. Here's Jarren Duran. So we told you about their offense. They score 3.98 runs per game. That's 25th in baseball. They have a pretty good batting average, 248. That's 6th. On base percentage, 319, 14th. Slugging, 380. That's not good. That's 24th. Now, Paul mentioned 46 home runs. That's 29th in baseball. Hit shortly and off the glove of Goldschmidt, and it goes into right field. Going to third is Wong, and Spencer Jones flips it into second. So a base hit off the glove of Goldschmidt, first and third, 1 out.
Well, Goldschmidt holding the runner on. Not much time here. This ball stalled it, and it's just kind of a stab at it. Looked like it went off the heel of his glove instead of the pocket. In between, too. Yeah, it's just not a lot of time to really react to that.
Scored a base hit, as it should be. So here's Rafaela. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rice home run.
Rafaela runs really well, so you're thinking keep him on the ground, double play. That's going to be extremely tough. You would love to get in a 2-strike count. Give yourself a chance to either get a short pop up or a strikeout.
A strike. And that's going to be challenged.
Boston is challenging the strike ball.
And they get it right.
Boston will have 2 remaining.
Paul, the Red Sox are the worst challenging team in all of Major League Baseball. They don't challenge often. They got burned early by losing 2 challenges early in the game and being caught without at the end. And it got so bad that the other day they had a challenge practice.
Oh, my goodness.
Because they saw the Kansas City Royals do it. So they have a pitcher, a catcher, they have their iPads out there, and then they decide whether or not they're going to challenge.
Wow.
And then they grade themselves.
Well, that is like going to class, isn't it? Well, Sean Barber's made it easy so far. Those balls, low out of the strike zone. Haven't been close.
Runner goes. There'll be no throw. It's a stolen base for Duran, his 11th of the year.
That's another thing. They're just waiting for Duran. I mean, who are you? Well, you had 34 stolen bases in 24. You were an all-star with 21 home runs. Did everything. 48 doubles and led the league back-to-back years in triples.
And that's the first stolen base of the year against Weathers. And there's ball 4, so that's going to load the bases with 1 out for Abreu.
Abreu off to a decent start here offensively, hitting over 280, 7 home runs and 28 RBIs. So these are the at-bats, but Weathers probably likes this matchup, just lefty on lefty.
A little gathering on the mound. Wong at third, Duran at second, Rafaela is at first. Red Sox down 1-0 on the first inning Rice home run. Abreu with a fly ball to center in the first. Good numbers against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, and this has just been like something that happened this year. I mean, before this, he was a 205 career hitter off lefties, hitting over 400 this year.
Yankees back for the double play. Closest to the infield grass would be McMahon. Grounded foul.
Let me get my take on why lefties look like they're hitting lefties better.
Tell me.
Not so much with the starters, but especially the relievers. There are not as many specialty lefties in the pen with the big curveballs, the sidearms, because you got to go through 3 hitters now. And, managers stagger, righties and lefties. So I think that, the true crafty lefties have kind of been, pushed aside to guys that can get through an inning and still be tough on a lefty. But it gives lefties a better opportunity not hitting the specialty guys.
I can see that. Yeah. There aren't a lot of Tim Hills in baseball anymore.
No.
2-1. 2-2.
A big pitch right here. 1 out. You get to the 2 strikes, you get a little greedy, I'm sure, as a pitcher. I mean, that's absolutely perfect. Just dotting the outside corner.
2-2. Ground ball, Volpe. He has only one play, makes it at first. Run scores, game tied at 1.
It looked like Jazz was really over. He was going to kind of come in late to second base, and Volpe just decided to go on with it at first base. Don't think they would have been able to turn 2 anyway. Ball was hit to his right, or you have to actually pivot, and it just looked like that he made his mind up he was going to get the chair out.
And with the lefty up, Jazz is closer to first base than he is to second, so he had a long way to go. Second and third now, with 2 men out, and the cleanup hitter, Wilson Contreras. Fouled away. Really the one big offensive addition they made during the offseason. They lost Bregman to free agency, and they got Contreras in a trade. Oh, 2. So he's third in the American League in batting average, tied for 4th in home runs, and 4th in OPS at .918. And that's all among first basemen, not the entire league. Chopped. Weathers fields, fires to first, pulls him off the bag. Runner is safe. Duran scores, and the Red Sox take a 2-1 lead.
Well, he took his time. He didn't panic. A lot of times pitchers just think they don't have enough time. He had time, but he still kind of threw a sinker over there and pulled Goldschmidt off the base. You've got time, you wheel, but all of a sudden the ball kind of sails on him and just takes Goldschmidt completely off the base, and there's no reason to try to reach and not glove it.
Tell you what, Paul, I think that Contreras flying down the line or hustling down the line is not that fast. I think that made him hurry once he saw.
Well, you get your back turned as a lefty there, so you've got a clock, and you know it's running thin. You try to get rid of it a little bit too quick.
Pitch to Durbin's up and away, 1-0.
Got caught on his front foot, little check swing. He got out of the box quick.
Raffaella dancing off third. Durbin fouls it back, 1-1. Lefty on the mound, runner at third has an opportunity to really get off the bag. If it gets away from Wells by a little, he could take a chance. Changeup misses, 2-1. McMahon gets the hop and gets Durbin for the final out. The Red Sox take the lead. They leave 2 men on base. We're at the bottom of the third, 2-1 Boston. Make your favorite players all-stars. Scan the QR code to cast your 2026 Konami eBaseball MLB All-Star Ballot daily, or visit MLB.com/vote. From the skate park to the ballpark here at Yankee Stadium. Yankees now down 2-1. Top of the order for the Yanks against Sonny Gray, Grisham, Rice, and Goldschmidt. Bottom of the third. 1-0. So the Red Sox got Sonny Gray from the Cardinals on a deal on November 25th. And they gave up some youngsters to St. Louis. And because of that, the Cardinals are picking up $20 million of the $31 million that Sonny Gray makes this year.
He's quite a bargain for the type of pitcher he is, and he's been on a roll. We talk about it. He's won 4 games in his last 5 starts, so he knows how to pitch. You know, he's added a cutter to it to get lefties off of that curveball.
Round at second base, Monasterio. And that'll bring up Ben Rice. Let's check out one of today's player props. Brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Well, Ben Rice already has a home run. If he hits 2 or more, the number is plus 340. Ben has had a 3 home run game against Boston.
You know, we did that together, Mike.
Yep.
Remember the good old days last year, a couple years ago? When was it? But he's still smiling from that game.
Why not? Take a look at the first home run on the Alpha Fiber, famously fast replay.
Yeah, we talked about the curveball, and you know, if it sits there, it's just a perfect pitch for a lefty to hook into the seats. But like I said, that was the first pitch he saw all game, and to be able to have that type of timing right out of the on-deck circle means you're comfortable as a hitter.
And this is something that we'll be looking for, because it's a different at bat when Aaron Judge is behind you. And that's no disrespect to Paul Goldschmidt, but will Rice be pitched differently? (3-0), 3-1. And there's ball 4. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Major League first baseman all time with 375 or more home runs and 175 or more stolen bases. There's just 2. Jeff Bagwell and Paul Goldschmidt. Bagwell's in the Hall of Fame. Rice leads off first. And the pitch to Goldschmidt is a strike. Yankees come into the action today with 61 stolen bases as a team. That's number 1 in the American League. Cleveland is number 2 at 60. Broken back, ground ball. There's 1. And there's 2. 6-4-3 off the bat of Goldschmidt. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the 4th. Hexclad presents Bronx Buds. Yes's original animated series on the Gotham Sports app was recently honored with their 2nd Hashtag Sports Award for Best Use of Animation or Motion Graphics. Congratulations to our talented partners for this well-deserved recognition. It's a terrific show.
You were on that show, right?
Oh, yeah.
A couple times, or?
Just once.
Yeah.
A cartoon me, which is very close to real me.
Head fit on the screen, everything.
You know what? They had to save up a lot of money for the ink, necessary head ink. 1-1 on IKF. IKF kind of kicked up a storm when he made a comment recently about playing in Boston. He said, I just feel like on the road we're a very close-knit team. We've come home and there's just a lot of people and it's different. It's a different vibe at home. We got to figure out a way to make it small like it is on the road. Boston's a tough place to play.
Yeah, we've been there obviously numerous times, and the clubhouse is very confining, and the press is there, and the press writes a lot of stuff there. I mean, they expect winning, and it can be can be overbearing.
Grounded foul.
Talking about one of the nicest guys, really, to ever put on a uniform, too. I mean, he came up to me down the field today, just a nice guy, you know. And so I don't think he meant it in a derogatory fact, but it's just the way it was.
Well, look at it. They're 10-21.
Yeah.
So somebody asked him, and that was the reason he came up with. There's not a lot of places to hide at Fenway Park. The home clubhouse is bigger than the visitors, but it's not like a 2026 clubhouse in a modern ballpark.
Right.
There's just so much room they have. And they have a voracious media. I think it's great media, but they're voracious. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Let's check out the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Strikeout percentage leaders in the American League. Jacob deGrom is first. Gavin Williams, we saw him second. Brian Weathers at 29%. Cam Slittler at 28.5%. They're 3 and 4 respectively. And then Reed Detmers.
Yeah, he's really learned, to sequence his pitchers. He's always had a really good fastball, curveball. Now he has a changeup. So you've got to guess speeds now instead of just dead red.
One and one. Monasterio grounded to third in the second. Yankees got their run in the first on a Ben Rice home run. The Red Sox, their 2 runs in the third. An RBI ground out, and then a Baltimore chopper back to the pitcher also drove in a run. Three and one on Monasterio. Monasterio came over from Milwaukee in a trade that right now doesn't look great for Boston. Milwaukee traded Durbin, Monasterio, and Anthony Siegler for Kyle Harrison, who's been a revelation in Milwaukee. David Hamilton, a very valuable player for them, and Shane Drohan out of the bullpen. So far, that's been a great trade for Milwaukee. And although Durbin has been heating up, got off to a terrible, terrible start. And the thing that angers Red Sox fans, you essentially replaced Alex Bregman with Caleb Durbin. High fly ball, deep left field. Bellinger turns and looks. See ya. Into the left field bleachers. Monasterio with a home run. And it's 3-1 Boston.
Oh, that ball was smoked. That's only his second of the year, but you see a lot of power, 408 feet.
I said this the other day. I can't imagine you wearing that.
You know, the only thing that I'm thinking, and I'm watching the celebration, right? Everybody does it, but Boston's in last place. You should be having that much fun when you're in last place.
You see that with teams losing games, too. They have these celebrations, and they say, well, we still have to do it. Two 2-0 on Mickey Gasper.
Well, this had a sound to it. It just didn't quite get to the inside corner. He just cut it off and smoked it above the State Farm sign.
I mean, that's more than halfway up the bleacher.
Yeah, I thought when I saw 408, I was thinking that they might undercut that one a little bit. That ball was way out.
Backhanded by Volpe. Sets and fires. counters. And the scoop on the backhand by Goldschmidt. Out number 2.
Well, it's a solid play. Volpe has to go to his right and, you know, have to intentionally bounce that ball over. It was a 2-hopper. But just to have that much to get it across the field, I mean, Goldschmidt does a good job by just waiting.
Here's Connor Wong. One and 0. Wong started that 2-run third inning with a 1-out single left. That ties him up. Check swing. He did not go, according to DJ Rayburn. Two and 1. Three and 1. And the lefty deals. 3 and 2. Wong is taking all the way there. Duran's on deck. Strike 3. Wong down looking. But the Red Sox had a run on the home run by Monasterio. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox 3 and the Yankees 1. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's player. Or players: Cody Bellinger plus 600, Spencer Jones plus 800, and Cody will lead off here on the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Bellinger, Chisholm, and Jones. 3-1 Boston, first game of a 3-game set. Yankees just lost a series to the Guardians, 2-1. Salvaged the final game yesterday.
Yeah, they eked that one out 2-1, right? Runs are hard to come by right now for the Yankees.
2-0. Bellinger grounded to second in the first. Three and 0 on Bellinger. And there's ball 4. Leadoff walk to Bellinger. When Garrett Cole won the American League Cy Young in 2023, the runner-up was Sonny Gray. That's when he was with the Twins. He had a 2.79 ERA in 184 innings. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Jameis Winston of the Giants and his family at the game.
It's like the athletes when they show up to the game, they sport the Yankee hat. That's impressive.
Grounded second base. There's one on the first. Beat it out. Hill had to bust it to beat it out. They turned it quick.
Again, I didn't think they had a chance at this. Jazz runs extremely well, but Falefa got rid of it quick with a strong throw. Not quick enough, though. He had that timing play in his mind. He really had to run just about 80% just to be safe.
So here's Spencer Jones and Sonny Gray, both out of Vanderbilt. Now Ryan Weathers was a Vanderbilt commit before the Padres drafted him 7th overall in 2018. And Volpe also committed to Vanderbilt. Great baseball program. But the Yankees selected Volpe, and he did not go to Vanderbilt.
Not that big of a school either. All of a sudden it's kind of become a baseball.
Runner goes. Safe. 16th stolen base for Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah, you really like to see this start to really increase. The Yankees, they're just going to have to score runs. And they've got speed. Volpe runs well. Obviously, Jazz, Caballero, those guys can steal bases for you. They get an opportunity to score a run with a single. Long, I've been going into that. He's only thrown out 2 of 11, so now 2 of 12.
Three 3-0 on Spencer Jones. Spencer singled in the second, called up today when Judge was put on the IL. And he's playing right field and batting 6th. Turned him loose on 3-0, and it's a base hit inside the first base line and then into the corner. Jazz Chisholm scores. It's an RBI double for Spencer Jones, and the Red Sox lead 3-2.
I was just thinking in my mind, if you're Aaron, you might as well set him free. If he gets something, he might tie it up, or he might hit a double down the line. And Michael, I tell you what, I was watching him round first base. He can run. I mean, this guy is big, and he can run. He hits it hard enough to get it by, but all of a sudden when he rounds second base, that's a lot of frame going fast.
That's his 3rd RBI in his big league career. He's 2 for 2 tonight. There's Anthony Volpe. Now you said on the open, Paul, that little taste of big leagues that he had earlier didn't do that well, but it will mean something this time.
I think it does, because you go back to the minor leagues and you process everything. When you're going through it, you're just trying to control your emotions. But when you go back down, you hit a couple home runs as he did.
Up the middle and grabbed by Monasterio, and it's a double play. Great job by Monasterio reaching the bag with the glove, and Spencer Jones reigns too far.
That doesn't happen in minor leagues, Michael. That's why you got to come to the major leagues to get doubled off. Not much of an opportunity right there. The ball was hit hard.
Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay on that double play.
Again, with the shift, it just gives them such an advantage going towards second base. I mean, obviously, if you do everything right, you freeze. It's just so hard as a base runner to not, step over and then you're caught.
All right, we go to the 5th inning on the Audi scoreboard, 3-2 Red Sox. And the first pitch to Duran, leading off an inning for the 3rd time in 5 innings. That's called the ball.
Catcher is challenging
being
the ball
challenged by
call.
Austin Wells. You got it right. You've been very good at this.
New York has 2 remaining.
It's 3 overturned so far today.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on the change.
It's had a funny movement for a changeup. It actually kind of went away like a slider. It looks like he kind of turned it over and it sails away instead of down and in.
Here's Ceddanne Rafaela. Oh and 1. Left field. Bellinger. 2 outs. And there's Wilyer Abreu. Had gone 20 games without a home run. He snapped that on Wednesday. Having a good season. 281, 7 home runs, 29 ribbies. Off the glove of Wells. Abreu won the last 2 AL Gold Gloves in right field. Well, we told you Rafaela won the Gold Glove last year, so that's pretty good defense in the outfield for the Red Sox. Ground ball, and under the glove of Jazz Chisholm in the right field for a base hit. He got there, but it stayed down.
Yeah, as he was going to his left, it looks like he kind of ran himself into a bad hop, an in-between hop. And you almost expect that ball stayed down. I think he ran in there thinking, oh, this might even catch the collar and shoot up, and it just stayed down. And you always want to start at the ground and come up. Much easier to adjust. It's very hard to just jab down and still make a play.
Contreras takes a backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Contreras leads the team in home runs, RBIs, on base percentage, and slugging. 11 big league season. Last year he made the transition from full-time catcher to first base, and you know what? Turned out to be a great first baseman.
The Cardinals did that, you know, before they sent him over here, and he has become a very good defensive first baseman, and it no longer even puts on the gear to get behind the plate.
Right down the left field line, fair ball, it's gone. It is gone into the second deck. A bullet home run by Contreras, and the Red Sox lead 5-2.
Well, Contreras is their big bopper. You know, we talk about them not hitting home runs. He's the team leader. That's his 13th. 36th and 37th RBI. So he's one guy that has done his fair share for the offense.
I see that part of the celebration is they really slapped the...
that slider just did not get back to the inside corner. He stayed out over the plate. Contreras, you know, he's had a good year offensively. Not going to miss it.
1-1.
When those sliders stay out there, it just gives you so much time as a hitter. Look how extended that arm is. If you get the bat head out with that kind of extension, you're going to drive it a long way.
Jazz Chisholm gobbles it up. And that'll do it. But the Red Sox with 2 outs get a single and a home run. We're halfway through. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Yankees 2. Yankees Baseball on the Air is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores. Proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta keep climbing. Yankees have dug themselves a 3-run deficit hole. It's 5-2 Red Sox, bottom of the 5th. Ryan McMahon will lead off against Sonny Gray. 1-0. Broken bat, looped into center field. Rafaela is there. 1 down.
Braun Strowman in between innings. The wrestler. You like your chances against him?
No.
No? Hope your legs are loose so you can run. A guy that big gets a hold of you. What do? You tap out.
Yeah, you tap out. Yeah, I think he lifts.
Yeah.
And there's a strike. 0-1.
Now, guys, he's a former WWE wrestler, but he's now hosting a show called Everything on the Menu, and he was actually trying a bunch of the ballpark food here today.
The whole menu.
I think literally everything on the menu. It's a very large man.
So did you go up to him, Meredith, and go, hey, you stole my tendies idea?
No, you know what? I left that out. I was a little busy today, Michael, with some news with the captain, so I did not have the opportunity to introduce myself or to ask him how he enjoyed all the offerings here at Yankee Stadium.
There's some good offerings.
Michael, if you were going to eat everything on the menu here at Yankee Stadium, what would you start with?
The low bell sandwich.
Yes. That might finish you too. That's quite a sandwich.
That is something else. Then I might go with the chicken bucket.
The whole bucket?
Yeah, it's got a lot of fries in it. Then the mozzarella and carrozza. Very good.
Ooh.
My stomach hurts just hearing you guys talk about it. But guys, he's 6'8" and nearly 400 pounds.
Body fat percentage, Meredith, do we get that?
I do not have that.
That's in the single digits.
Work on that.
1-1 on Grisham.
Michael, I think it's Paul adjacent, you know, right up there with O'Neill.
Right. If he yelled at me, I'd run, believe me. My legs would get loose in a heartbeat.
Driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. Into the second deck. A home run for Grisham. It's 5-3 Red Sox.
Grisham is 8th of the year. You know, we were talking about it. He's been hitting the ball hard. He's going to left field yesterday. Hit a bullet first time up today. Well, he hit this one. This is where they don't get caught.
Well, he crushed that. So in his last 5 starts, Sonny Gray giving up 1 home run, giving up 2 here tonight, and 4 2/3. There's Ben Rice. He hit the other one. One and 0. Rice home run in the first, walk in the third. Last 14 games coming into this one, he's hitting .362 with a .965 OPS. Hit shortly and a base hit. Past a lunging Monasterio into right field. Rice with his second hit of the night.
Well, right on it. Watch his follow through. I mean, just straight through it. He didn't even like recoil the batter on his back. It just kind of stopped it. This ball was just hammered. 424 feet. Stand up, everybody. It's a home run.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. And a strike from Gray. Check the swing.
Another breaking ball. That's what Rice hit early in the game, and that's what Grisham hit this inning.
Ground ball in the hole. Backhanded. The throw to first. Good play by IKF to get Goldschmidt for the final out. He took a base hit away from the Yankee first baseman. No one took this away from Grisham. Into the second deck. His 8th home run of the year. It's 5-3 Red Sox.
Hey everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. Rays and Marlins tonight, top of the first. Runner on first and third, and Richie Palacios to right. Owen Casey can't make the play, and it ricochets off of him. Heads out to right center. 2-run score. It's a 2-run triple. Tampa Bay now leading 4-0, top of the 6th. They went into the night having lost 8 of their last 10, guys.
Nine ball, we go around the majors. How about Manny Machado? How do you explain that? Ketel Marte, last 17 games red hot, and so was Pete Alonso over the last 20. 1-0. Two-one. Blackburn warming up. Popped up. Volpe puts it away. Got to bring up Monasterio. Last time he crushed the ball, hit a home run. We'll take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 104.9 off the bat, 408 feet. I think it went a little bit farther than that.
We didn't used to see a lot of balls up in that second deck above the State Farm side. And that's one of them. We just saw, 408. I don't agree.
Drone getting us some great shots tonight. When we have our drone call, our brilliant director, Dan Barr, it's like Christmas Day for me.
Can you imagine you and I, if we had the remotes?
Oh,
We'd be buzzing that thing all over the place.
you'd be buzzing it right in my head. Oh, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. It's gotten away.
One. Way up there. Might hit the drone. Volpe makes the play. It's time to play Name That Yankee, brought to you by Predator, made for your brain. All right, so this is a 276, 776 hits, 58 home runs. A Yankee from 10 to 13. Then Twins, Giants, Red Sox, and ended with the Mets.
Had a bad homestand there, Michael. I don't know what's going on.
Mickey Gasper. 2-0. Hammered down the left field line, but Hook's foul. High fly ball left field. Bellinger is there. A lot of hang time on all three outs. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Sienna, Emily, and Sarah, who always enjoy a girls' night out at the ballpark. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Now, one thing when you're playing the Red Sox, you want to hit their starter early because their bullpen is a weapon. Paul gave you the numbers earlier. Second lowest ERA in the majors. Seattle's first. And they've got 4 lefties out there, 5 righties, including Tommy Canely, former Yankee, who got called up when they sent down Brian Bale. With an extra arm in the bullpen. So if Gray can give them 6, they feel like they're in pretty good shape. Line foul.
Michael, if you break that pitch there, unbelievably well located pitch and a great swing. But the reason you locate it there, there's really nothing you can do with it except for a hook and hard foul.
A little bit of a cricket swing.
It was kind of bailing out. You know, he's been pounding him in this hole at bat. Started off with an awkward swing on a curveball in the dirt. And he just continues to come inside.
Kind of a late swing there. He was looking for something else, and Bellinger strikes out.
That's his kind of two-seamer just runs back. And again, this is back being pounded in and in and in. You start to leak a little bit to open up. And then as the ball breaks the other way, you're kind of falling away from it.
Told you Gray has been a good pitcher, except when he was with the Yankees. His ERA with the Yankees was 4.51. Every other team that he's pitched for, a full game better, a full run better, 3.46. So sometimes people just can't deal with New York.
And I think if you break his numbers down while he was with the Yankees, on the road, he was pretty good too. It was just Yankee Stadium and the Yankee crowd that got him a little upset.
Pitched well with Minnesota, St. Louis, having a good year. Here with the Red Sox. Ballpark looks great on a beautiful Friday night.
Yeah, happy Friday, man.
Happy Friday to you, Paul.
We made it. We made it all the way to Friday.
Those are the numbers that we spoke about. And the 3-0. 3-1. You know, you worked so hard this week, Paul, they're giving you tomorrow off. Fox is going to do the game.
Really?
But we got to come back Sunday.
I had my suit all ready for tomorrow. Everything.
Use it
They're
Sunday.
taking the day off.
Use it Sunday.
No, it doesn't match Sunday. It was all about the weather. It's supposed to be hot tomorrow.
Drilled down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Jazz does not believe it. Throws his hands up in the air. He thought it was certainly fair. The Yankees will take a look at it.
Well, running down the line, you should get a good look at it. Yeah, that ball's foul.
He didn't see it right.
You know, sometimes as a player, you want to see it the way you want to see it so much that you almost trick yourself.
He tricked himself. I mean, with all due respect, that wasn't even particularly close.
So you'd have been mad if you'd have challenged it at the plate?
That's why I say if you really want to make that challenge system exciting, let the players challenge.
Yeah.
Because he would have definitely challenged that, his reaction. So the count is full. And a swung on and missed as Chisholm down on strikes.
Well, all the way back.
Well, you know what? We have this segment called, what do we call it?
How about that?
It's on Sonny Gray. In high school football, he ran onto the field stride for stride with the team manager who used leg braces and a cane, so he's never left behind. That's really nice. If a starter's going poorly, he's been known to go to the clubhouse, get completely naked, change it to fresh clothes. Played the lead role of Troy Bolton in his high school's production of High School Musical.
How about that? You know, we could have excluded number 2. We really could.
Well, because it hits close to home. People don't know. We've never really revealed it. If I'm having a bad game, I take my clothes off.
That's why I hope that you're stellar every single night.
There's Spencer Jones. He's 2 for 2. I mean, I've heard of guys like burning clothes if they're in a slump, but not like taking the uniform off that you're wearing.
Just give another one another shot.
Yep. Ground ball and through. How about Spencer Jones? He's 3 for 3.
Well, again, if he makes contact, enough contact, he's going to be good because he hits the ball so hard that it's going to find holes, get through the infield, and if he gets one elevated, you know what's going to happen there? Backdoor breaking ball. He's going to have no problem getting to this with his height and the length of his arms. When those hips uncoil, you see his weight back where he can just really drive everything.
In his 11th game, his first 3-hit game, here's Anthony Volpe. 0-1. 73 pitches for Gray. There's nobody up in the Red Sox bullpen. Yankees double-barreled action. Runner goes. Lined into center field. Rafaela will make the play for the final out. No runs a hit. 1 man left. We go to the 7th. Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. Ford scoreboard here on a beautiful Friday night. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Yankees 3. First game of a 3-game set between these two longtime rivals. Paul Blackburn will take over for Ryan Weathers, who gave the Yankees 6. Blackburn pitched on Wednesday against the Guardians. So 5 runs, 7 hits against Weathers. A couple of home runs, one by Monasterio and one by Contreras. Connor Wong will start it off against Blackburn. Tough hop, played nicely there by McMahon. And he gets Wong for out number 1.
McMahon is so good at just adjusting. I mean, right here gets caught in between, so he kind of waits back, able to just stay and make it look easy. Well, either come in and get a short hop or a long hop. He decided to kind of wait back, which gave him a play. And it's all about the hesitation here that allowed him to field this to the side.
Boone was asked the other day, when did you realize that McMahon was as good as he is? He said, well, we kind of knew because of the numbers that he put up defensively for the Rockies. He said, but I do remember we went into Colorado and there was a ground ball at third. He said, it wasn't a particularly difficult play. Jazz makes that one, fires and scooped by Goldschmidt to get Duran. He said, but you just watched the way he played it and the way his hands were and his arm. He said, and I turned to Ausmus and I said, this guy's something at third base. Just from that sort of play, they realized how good he was.
Yeah, his hands, you could tell, you know, it's an old cliche, soft hands, but it's, you know, he's never jabbing at the ball. It just, you see a lot of infielders that struggle kind of jab at the ball and it knocks the ball out of the glove. He always catches stuff soft, which usually keeps it in the glove.
And there had to be some concern at the beginning of this year because he had quite a few errant throws, but that hasn't happened in about a month and a half. All of his throws seem quite true to first base. Got a good arm. One 1-0 on Rafaela. Two 2-0. Left field, Bellinger coming on, making the play. And Blackburn retires the Red Sox in order 1-2-3. At the end of 6.5, time for the 7th inning stretch. Boston leads the Yankees 5-3. But we're going to stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Sergeant Stephen Hayduck from Deer Park, New York, who served in Vietnam. The Yankees say thank you, Stephen, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the plains, to the ocean, right before
Time for your Ford Studio update. Bob and Jack with you, and long ball again to Ryan Weathers again tonight.
Yeah, Bob, he's allowed 7 home runs in his last 4 starts. Tonight, 1 on a fastball, 1 on a changeup. Monasterio hitting only his 2nd home run of the year. Contreras also took him deep. Gray still in the game for the Red Sox, but the Yankees are probably going to have to come back against that Red Sox bullpen. That bullpen has allowed 1 run in this last 24-plus innings.
We will see if they can rally. Detail all of it for you coming up on the post game later on. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, guys. 5-7-0 Red Sox, 3-7-0 Yankees. Sonny Gray, 6 innings and 3 runs. Couple of home runs. Ryan Weathers, couple of home runs. Yankee home runs, Ben Rice and Trent Grisham. And Wilson Contreras had one of the home runs for the Red Sox. And Monasterio the other. Ford scoreboard, 5-3, Boston over the Yanks. McMahon will lead off against Gray. Gray to 74 pitches. There's a base hit for Ryan McMahon.
You talked about his defense. If he can add a little offense, and he has been swinging the bat a lot better, he kind of stays back and gets through this ball and not around it. I still see him wrapping the bat a little bit, Michael. You see from the side there where, you know, those hands kind of wrap a little bit around his back, which causes you to come under the ball a little bit. That kind of slows your bat down.
Austin Wells takes a strike. Both teams have both of their challenges. Danny Colon, one of the 4 lefties in the bullpen. Jose Caballero preparing. Check swing. Crowd of 43,750 on a Friday night in the Bronx. Just caught the outside corner, 1-2. Trent Grisham on deck. Five 5-3 Red Sox, bottom of the 7th inning. Here we go. Swing and a miss. Wells down on strikes. That'll bring up Grisham. Last time up. A long home run. What a blast. A 424-foot home run. Means baseball fans score 2. And one can free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlast.com. Well, with Grisham coming up, Chad Tracy's going to take the ball. That'll do it for Sonny Gray. Danny Colon coming up. Lefty against lefty when we get back. The World Cup is coming to New York and New Jersey, and you can get in on the World Cup Mania at Yankee Stadium on Thursday, June 18th. The first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Yankees soccer jersey, courtesy of Bank of America. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Danny Colon. Numbers not that great. 16 games, 6.55 ERA. And Grisham jumps on the first pitch and lofts it to center. Rafaela makes the play. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. So here's Ben Rice. Been on base all 3 times. 2 for 2 and a walk. Home run in the first. And a strike. Coulomb is 36 years old. 12th big league season. They've up 3 runs to the Yankees on April 23rd at Fenway. Fans Fans, go to Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is number 1, Paul Goldschmidt. Number 2, that guy, Ben Rice. Or number 3, Carlos Rodon, who pitched so well yesterday. The 0-2. Still 0-2. Since 2022, Coulomb has a 2.69 ERA. Very quietly, one of the better lefty relievers in the game. Oh, that one just missed, and it's going to be challenged by Warren.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
Unsuccessful challenge.
Boston will have one remaining challenge.
So Boston down to 1 challenge. Yankees still have their 2. High pop-up on the right side. Contreras and Monasterio, and it's dropped. It's a foul ball, so the runner has to retreat, but it was dropped by Contreras.
Yeah, you got to wonder. I mean, someone's got to take priority here. It's a very easy play from Monasterio. Just got to say, he doesn't look like he's calling it at all. Just assumed all of a sudden out of nowhere.
And their gloves banged together, which caused Contreras' glove to close as the ball was getting ready to settle in. So Ben Rice gets another life.
Yeah, there's some hitters you don't want to give an extra swing, and that's what Boston has done with Ben Rice here.
And that scored an E3 to keep the at-bat alive. McMahon on first. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. 2-2. Good take. Close pitch.
Yeah, it was almost. I don't think if he would have challenged early in the count, he would definitely have challenged there. That ball looked like it was a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 22 at the plate. Yankees down by 2. Rice, and now the lefty Coulomb has to face the lefty slayer, Paul Goldschmidt. Swing and a miss. He swung at ball 4. And that'll do it in the 7th for the Yanks. They strand 1. We go to the 8th. Time for the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. You wouldn't think that Cruz would be used. He's been used 2 days in a row. Everybody else seemingly available. Blackburn still on the mound. And he deals to Abreu, a strike. We start the 8th inning. Red Sox up by 2 over the Yanks.
Beginning for the Yankees here. You got to get through Abreu and Contreras, which they're big home run and RBI guys, and then it gets a little lighter as you get to the bottom of the order. So, a couple big outs here to start off. Top of the 8th.
Contreras on deck. Abreu 1 for 3, an RBI ground out and a run scored. Two and 2. And Blackburn deals. High fly ball, right side. Spencer Jones over toward the line. Runs out of room. Aaron Judge in the dugout. His first day officially on the IL. There's Giancarlo Stanton, who could be back maybe if things go well in 2 weeks. Changes the narrative quite a bit. He's even needed more now with Judge out of the lineup. Two. 3-2 on Abreu leading off the 8th. Swing and a miss, got him. One down. Well, tomorrow, game 2 of the series exclusively on Fox's Baseball Night in America. So tune in at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. See the Red Sox take on the Yankees as the rivalry spills into the booth with A-Rod, Derek Jeter, and David Ortiz on the call. That's tomorrow on Fox. Do you ever think Derek would be a broadcaster?
You know, you could see him doing something in baseball, but you know, every single day, no. But you know, now they've turned this kind of flip-flop this thing around, and they're broadcasting the game, right? Be some interesting insights because you're going to get it from the Boston and the New York perspective. Now I understand why we got the night off, Michael. Gee, A-Rod, they just kicked us out of the book.
Yep. You want to leave him a note on the desk?
Think it'll make it to tomorrow?
Could. Now we'll have a post game after that game when it ends, so turn right back to yes. And then we're back again on Sunday. And Contreras goes around. Two-way.
Well, this is what the Blackburn can do if he gets ahead in the count. He's got a big spinning breaking ball. And, you know, if you get ahead of a guy where you could get them to swing at this ball outside the strike zone, good thing. Sometimes you see that in slow motion. You wonder how you could miss a ball that much. I mean, just totally fooled.
Here's Durbin. Fouled away. Slayton is going to come in for the 8th. Chopped up the middle. Volpe gets Durbin. Good job by Blackburn. 6 up, 6 down for the right-hander. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, Sunday on Yes, the Yankees and the Red Sox wrap up this rivalry weekend set here at the stadium. FanDuel pregame coverage starts at 1 with first pitch scheduled for 1:35 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. You know, one quick note on Paul Blackburn. You think of him while he's one of the long relievers in the Yankee bullpen. 2.89 ERA, 56% ground ball rate, and he's allowed 1 home run in 28 innings. Again, and he's also working in higher leverage now.
I don't know a pitcher out there that strike one is more important. I mean, like I said before, when he gets ahead, and then he can expand the zone a little bit with that breaking ball, he's effective.
Slayton in and he gets Goldschmidt to ground to second. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now, we've told you about this Red Sox bullpen. They have a 3.03 ERA coming into this game. Second best in baseball. Slayton has not allowed an earned run in 10 of his 11 games this season. 28 years old. There's Bellinger. Yankees down by 2. Two pitches, 2 outs. Well, Joe Girardi was in the booth with us earlier, and as he would say, it's not what you want.
No, but you look at that. I mean, the pitch selection was good. The ball was right there, fastball there. It just got on top of it and chopped it. So you know, if you're too aggressive and you're swinging the balls out of the strike zone, then you can really complain about it as a manager. But you know, you get a good pitch to hit, you got to take your chances.
Jazz Chisholm. If the first 2 batters before you made it out on the first pitch, would you ever swing at the first pitch?
No, it was kind of an unwritten rule that you know, you had to make them work, take a pitch, kind of step out a little bit. You know, just it can't be that easy.
Well, it was 4 pitches easy. As IKF drifts back, now called off by Duran, and that was not a great inning for the Yankees as we go to the 9th. Red Sox lead by 2. It's time to name that Yankee. Here are the clues again. Started with the Yankees, ended with the Mets. Had a stint with the Red Sox and Twins and Giants. Eduardo Nunez. I used to call him Noonie.
See, the hat and helmet always came off his head, right?
There it is.
So fast he ran from under his helmet.
Good skills. 267 average in 270 games with the Yankees. Played 5 different positions and one of 3 players at a postseason home run with the Yankees and the Red Sox. So Boggs is one, and who's the other one? And Johnny Damon.
Oh, should have known those 2.
Now, Meredith, you have a good Eduardo Nunez story.
I do indeed, Michael. But first, I can't tell you the amount of times I asked him why he wouldn't just get a smaller helmet, and he swore to me that that one fit, despite the fact that it seemed like it came off every time he rounded the bases. But, Michael, I don't know if you remember this. It was August of 2013. Eduardo Nunez, always a favorite in that Yankees clubhouse. His teammates like to have fun with him over the years, sometimes at his expense. Well, the Yankees were playing north of the border in Toronto, and his cleat got stuck in the seam of the turf at the Rogers Center, and the next day he comes in. Well, he fell, obviously, and next day he comes in and there's a wheelchair instead of the chair at his locker, and then he goes outside and there is a chalk outline where he kind of fell a little ungracefully out there on the turf, and he swore that it was Derek Jeter that put that wheelchair at his locker, but Jeter, of course, never fessed up to it.
Now, Paul, you'd admit, a team doesn't make fun of a guy like that unless they really like him. If they don't like him, they just lay off.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the things that happen that, especially when you're winning, it makes the season fun.
Marcelo Meyer will pinch hit for Monasterio.
It happened one time in Cincinnati. Lou Piniella went to kick a helmet. I think I threw it, actually. Imagine that. And as he went to kick, he kind of whiffed it and slipped and fell in the dugout, and you know, he got up and everybody was looking at him like, oh no, and he said, oh, you can laugh, But then we came out the next day and Dibble and Charlton had taped a body print.
Chalk outline.
Yep.
Wow. One and one.
He didn't know I had that helmet on the string. As soon as he went to kick, I just pulled it.
Now he does. Aroldis Chapman.
Chapman's numbers last year and this year, I mean, really, he has had this unbelievable career, but like a resurgence here in the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's defying his age. And down goes Meyer. True way. Well, fans, when you get Gotham, you get live games and exclusive Yankees content. Download the Gotham Sports app to stream highlights, features, post-game sound, podcast, original series, and so much more. And it's all free to access with an eligible TV subscription. So sign in today. There's Mickey Gasper turning around to the left side. Much better hitter from the left side, and he swings and misses.
The ball looking up at the scoreboard, and that's just kind of middle of the road for him, but right at 100 with the sinker.
Good slider, 0-2.
Yeah, I think sometimes his stuff is too good to give up the numbers he does, and I think it's because he doesn't change speeds enough. Unbelievable cutter and sinker, but you know, you've got to pull the string once in a while. Keep the hitters honest.
Strike three. What an inning for Doval. Bottom of the ninth coming up. They'll try to rally Jones, Volpe, and McMahon. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Charles Tyrrell, making it easy for men to dress well. Visit ctshirts.com. By Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. And by Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. Pretty good players along the line.
I was just looking at those, every one of them legend, huh?
All right, so now the Yankees will have to deal with Aroldis Chapman. 12 for 12 in save opportunities, 1.01 ERA. Actually 0.48 ERA. And he has been dominant. There's no other word to use. 38 years old, 17th big league season. He's allowed 1 run in 18 and 2/3 innings this year. 15 straight scoreless games since April 7th. You see the defensive changes. So Max Schumann pinch hits for Spencer Jones. Let's take a look at Chapman's arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Well, he throws hard, you know that, and he has added that splitty, and he throws a slider now, but you know what, you have to play off that 98, 100, 102 fastball.
Kind of amazing that he really hasn't lost a step at the age of 38. We've seen this from Chapman, where he'll start off and he won't have his release points as perfect, and then all of a sudden he can find it. But 3-0 on the pinch hitter Schumann with Volpe on deck. Ball 4, not even close. So Schumann pinch hitting for Jones, works a walk.
Anytime you're down by 2, the leadoff man, your job is to get on base and try to set up an inning where you can at least tie this game. That's what's happened here.
You've got 2 other right-handed hitters on the bench, Rosario and Caballero. One lefty is J.C. Escarra. And a strike. Took something off that, 95 miles an hour.
Just trying to dot the corner, take a little off.
How about this, Paul? Last year it finally clicked in. It was the first time he admitted they actually aimed his fastball. He heard the pitch comment spring training say inside fastball, and the light bulb went off. He said, wow, I've never thought about spotting my fastball. I just threw it at home plate.
Just heaved it as hard as he could.
Like that? Volpe goes down on 3 pitches, and we'll take a look at the pitching decisions of that at-bat presented by Sage.
Well, it was all hard. I mean, you figure, all right, I'll take a pitch. He had a walk. But then after that, I mean, just fastball after fastball. And the last one, I don't know, just right down the middle.
So now they bring up Ahmed Rosario, pinch hitting for McMahon. Rosario's a very good hitter against lefties, hitting .290 in his career. That's not just any lefty on the mound. Way upstairs. Yankees looking to rally. 2-0 on Rosario. Coming out on deck is Caballero to pinch hit for Wells. So Boone emptying the bench, trying to come back here.
Take a couple pitches here, Michael. Just keep this thing going. Coming off the bench, at least as a pinch hitter, you've seen a couple. You time the velocity.
And that's ball 4. So another pinch hit walk, one by Schumann, one by Rosario. And that's going to bring up Caballero, pinch hitting for Wells. And it'll bring out Devin Rose, the pitching coach, to talk with Chapman. Well, fans, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob Lawrence and Jack Curry are in the studio with highlights and analysis. Meredith Morakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse. We're going to hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Always 2 schools of thought. Paul. Well, he's not throwing strikes, make him throw a strike. And the other school of thought is he's not throwing strikes, he's going to throw a strike, so you jump on the first pitch.
Yeah, I think coming off the bench, you've got to be aggressive because you can really look dead fastball. And that's the thing. If you're gearing up to catch up to his fastball, you get a good pitch. You know, one swing of the bat, you're walking to the clubhouse if you get a hold of one. So you also have to know who's on deck. That's a tough matchup for Grisham.
Usually when he was out of sorts with the Yankees, they call a breaking ball so he could slow down his mechanics. Let's see if that's what he throws to Caballero. 1st and 7, tying runs on base, winning runs at the plate. Nope. Through the fastball. 0-1. Bednar warming up in case there's a 10th.
See guys with 4-seamers right over the top, like Chapman. With the ability now, he's kind of sinking it. That ball kind of tailed a little bit, but that over-the-top delivery is just a true 4-seam fastball usually.
That one's popped up, shallow right field. Abreu is there to make the play. 2 outs. And that leaves it up to Grisham. Lefty. Grisham has a home run in this game. He's 1 for 4. Schumann's at second. Rosario at first. Anything down the line, it becomes very interesting if Rosario will be able to score. Great speed in the outfield for the Red Sox. They can go get him. 2 premier defenders in center and in right. Chapman deals. 1-0. Runners lead. The left-hander deals. Soft ground ball, first base. Contreras will take it himself. And the Yankees cannot rally in the bottom of the ninth, and they lose this one to the Red Sox 5-3. Well, the Yankees gave it a shot off the bench, but Grisham couldn't get it done. We'll be back with awards in the postgame after that. Time for the game-changing drive of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, we'll go back to the fourth inning. Andrew on the stereo. He is second of the year, but a long one. Boston up on top. That's your game-changing drive.
Well, let's find out who the player of the game is. And then the postgame after that. Stay tuned. Boston 5, Yankees 3. Well, it's time for the Chevy player of the game.
Well, he kind of changed the game. Wilson Contreras in the fifth inning after the game-changing drive. His 13th of the year, 36th and 37th RBI. Yankees never came back.
Took 2 hours and 23 minutes. Gray got the win. Weathers the loss. 5-3 Red Sox over the Yankees. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producer Jared Ames Boschnack. Join us again on Sunday for the finale against the Red Sox here in the Bronx. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 1:30. Once again, the final score in game one of this three-game set: the Red Sox 5, the Yankees 3. For Paul O'Neill and Meredith Barakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz and Jack Curry, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Guys?